Hey FAMstha, what's the dealio? In today's video, I'll be giving y'all some free sauce, and I'm talking about ketchup, not ranch, that's extra. Today, I'm breaking down all my Battlefield 6 controller settings. Now, you might be asking, why should I get the settings from you? Well, let me tell you, my settings have reset 5 times. You know how many times I crashed out? If you said 5, you're smart. So yeah, at this point, I kind of got a PhD in settings. So hey, let's dive in, lock in, and get you tuned up for Battlefield 6. Okay, so we're gonna start off from the bottom all the way to the top. So let's go to system first. Let's see what we got right here. I don't think I did anything right here. Enable radio music. Of course, you want to turn that off. Minimap, edit. You want to have the minimap size large, and everything else is correct right there. Everything is good right there. Let's go to audio. The master volume I have at 46. I don't want it to be too loud. This game is super loud. Yeah, I'm just gonna have it at 46. This right here is gonna be preference. The controller is gonna be preference as well. I mean, mostly everything's gonna be preference, but these are gonna be the settings that I, of course, adjusted 5 times, and I kept tweaking here and there, and this is what I came out at the end. Okay, this conclusion after playing a week. Today makes a week since Battlefield 6 came out. So the music volume, of course, 0. Commander volume 0. Soldier and camping 0 as well. Sound system, I put 3D headphones. I have some headphones, of course. Audio and background off. Voice chat ducking 0. Push to talk binding caps lock 0, 0, 0. Subtitle settings, I tweaked with this ones a bit. The instructor subtitles off. Squad off. Friendly off. Show speaker name off. This is just gonna be mostly just for the as a sweat. I don't want to hear no other like game voices. This is just pure just volume and sound effect volume. And if I'm playing with my homies, and that's about it. I don't want to hear anybody else. If I see the icon for need health or revive or anything like that, of course I'll go over there. Subtitle settings, we already just went through that. Audio and background, voice chat, so those already. And you already music off, okay? And that's gonna be it for the audio right there. All right, let's go to graphics. And the graphics is gonna be the best FPS that you can get. Mine usually hit around 243 to like 200 around right there, and I do not have my PC overclocked or anything like that. Okay, let's check out the graphics quality settings. It's gonna be low, 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 low. All of them are gonna be low. Shadow filtering is gonna be PCF. Low. Screen space reflection off. Low. Screen space AO off. High fidelity objects amount low. And you're still gonna see everything like the picture. Everything's gonna be looking good. Okay, it's not gonna be like some blur or anything like that. Trust. And the world brightness, you could put that at 55, but my monitor already does it for me, so I just have it at 50. I'm good. I can see in the black area section pretty good. And the UI brightness is on the, as you can see right there, on the UI. I just lower it down a little bit. I don't want it to be too bright. I'm okay with it being where it was or a little bit lower where it is. In the sharpness, I have it at 100. Let's go to the advanced. Fixed resolution scale, you want to have it at 100. All of this off, and rear, I have it enabled. That's going to be the best settings that I saw that were people were rocking. Enabled. Anti-aliasing off. And the performance overlay, that's going to be the thing that you see right there on the top right. It's going to be on this side. It's going to be on this side, a little green side. You can have it to simple. You could have it to extra where it pops out everywhere. Advanced right there. That way you can see your frames, and of course whenever you're shooting and stuff like that. And you could just have it off, not have anything in there. But I'm gonna keep it simple. To fill the view, I have it at 115. You can have it higher or lower. I mean, your preference right there. But something that always stuck with me is that if you have it lower, you get more aim assist. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's just something that I just stuck by, and I just go by that, okay? At 115, I find like that's the sweet spot right there. Vehicle third person view, you want to have it all the way up. Weapon motion blur, of course. 0, 0, 0, 0. Chromatic aberration off. off, off. And if you have any questions about any of the stuff that why I did this and why, just let me know in the comments and I got you. I got you. And of course, the full screen borderless, of course, 2560, 1440, depending what kind of monitor you have. Vertical sync, you want to have that off. Show HUD on. Everything right here on, on. Let's go to advanced HUD settings. Now the horizontal HUD padding, I have it at 100. I want it to be as close as possible to the inside of the monitor. That way I don't have to do that much looking to the right or to the left. So I have that at 100. I don't want it to be too far out. I want it to be very close to me so I can make the less eye adjustment. And show kills made by, I have it only at squad. You know, on the top right hand corner, it's on this side. It's on the top right hand corner right here. Usually you have like a bunch of people, you know, doing a bunch of kills or whatever. You can have that at squad and nearby, or you can have it just by self or none. You can turn that off as well. But I'm gonna have that at squad. I really don't care about anybody else. And of course, on, off, minimap size. Of course, I want to have it at on. The bigger the map, the more you don't have to squint your eyes or, you know, try to figure out what direction or anything like that. Everything's gonna be right there and it's gonna be bigger. So I have it at large minimap background opacity. All of that I have it at 90, 15, 40. Of course, view rotation. All of this right here, you can see it. And the view distance on foot, you can change that. It's up to you. If you go to 300, the map is gonna be zoomed out. So it's gonna be zoomed out, and you're gonna be able to see more. But then again, like the enemy icons are gonna be smaller. So I just leave it at 160 right there. And of course, you're gonna adjust all these right here on the ground vehicles as well. So it's gonna be small, medium, and large. And of course, you're gonna have the larger ones on the when you're on a jet or a helicopter or anything like that. And of course, big map opacity 85 off, show loot on, show game mode events on, simplify squad list, infantry compass opacity on, tank HUD. This right here, you can choose the colors that you want. I have mine at whenever you get inside the tank, these are going to be the HUD colors that you see everything around, you know, the type of missiles or, you know, anything you have on the side. It's going to be everything the HUD is going to be green. And my jet color is blue and the helicopter HUD is orange. You can adjust those right there. And the action prompts off. Where were we? HUD icons. Okay, and right here we have the crosshair and indicators. Now, I want to have this as big as possible. That way I know where I'm shooting. And just a little quick tip. Whenever you're shooting at something or you want to shoot at something, don't ever look at your weapon. Look at your crosshairs first. And wherever your crosshairs are at, that's where you're going to shoot. I've been gaming for a while, and I think recently, in the past 2 years or something like that, I've actually started looking at the crosshair, and I feel like my shots are more accurate instead of me just looking at my weapon. I don't know if that makes sense, but if it makes sense to you, you get it. If not, then I don't know what to tell you. My crosshair intensity or opacity is going to be right here. So you can see right here on the right-hand side that, you know, it starts to fade away. And of course, you want to have that at 100. Crosshair intensity is going to be the black thing that you see around the crosshairs. I think my sweet spot is going to be like 70, 74 right there. My crosshair color, you want to have this as bright as you want, as bright as you can. That way you can never lose track of the crosshair because that's very important. And of course, I want the inner circle. I want it to be thick. Wait, what? And the infantry crosshair projections. This is gonna be whenever I think whenever you're jumping over buildings or anything like that, the crosshair can move. I don't want none of that. I want my crosshair to always be in the middle. Always be in the middle. So I'm gonna have that at off. So it can always be in the middle and it wouldn't like move anywhere. Okay, hit indicator opacity 100, hit indicator intensity. I think I'm gonna raise this a little bit higher, but you don't have to. Just like whenever you're shooting at somebody and you start getting like that little X that they're getting hit. That's what this is. And my hit color is yellow. This you also want to have it bright. You also want to have it bright. I have it at yellow, headshot orange, kill color red, armor soffit color light blue, and then dark blue. These are just my preference. You can choose your colors, you know. Okay, and the hit indicator number or horizontal offset, I just have it at 4. That way, whenever I get those numbers, they could be kind of away from the crosshairs. That way I can have better visibility towards the person or the enemy that I'm shooting. And of course, you want to have it small. So yeah, these are the settings right here. And the infantry damage color. So this is if I'm getting shot by a soldier or anybody else, they're gonna appear as yellow. It's gonna be like a little circle, and it's gonna be like yellow. And then if I'm getting shot by a vehicle, it's gonna be orange. So yeah, you can change the colors right there as well. However, you know your preference. All right, let's go back. We're at the crosshairs, chat visibility. You want to have that as only when active, when only people are talking, or you can have it to be showing all the time. This just to be a black box, or you can hide it. And even if people are talking, it won't pop up on the top left corner of your screen. I only have it when active, but I also edited the settings for it. The chat visibility, of course, only when active. Enable all chat. See, it's a little box right there on the left-hand side of your screen. Chat channel indicator on. Chat background opacity, I have it at 50. As you can see, you know, it goes black the darker, the higher you go. And then, of course, it disappears. But you want to kind of have that on because sometimes whenever they're talking, and if you have it off, you won't be able to see what they're saying. So it's all up to you. Chat with. I moved all of this. See, I've been long. Moved it all the way to 420. Smoke some. Wait, what? And then you go to 225. So I want it as further as I can from the screen. I really don't care what people talk about, but I kind of do. I don't know if that makes sense. Like I kind of want to be in the mix if somebody's talking smack. So yeah, all the way in the top left corner. In chat scale, you know how big you want it. Wait, what? Have it at 69. But yeah, that's the sweet spot right there. Okay, and that's going to be all the settings for your graphics. And let's see what else. Before we get to the controller, I want to make sure I want to get everything else. So let's go to accessibility. Menu narration off, subtitles on, subtitle settings. Of course, all of this off. We already did this in the graphic. Color profiles. You're going to want to go right here to color profiles. In accessibility, that's some more colors. These are going to be my colors. And of course, you want to have them as bright as you can. And the enemy color as well. You want to have it as bright as you can as well. And as you can see, it can be on the right hand side. It'll tell you what it is. Okay, where were we? Color profiles, world brightness. Okay, camera effect. We already did this from the other one as well. Controller vibration, of course, you want to have that off. If you want to have it on, that's all you, man. Vehicle control hints, want to have that off. Action prompts off. Peek hint. It's like a little triangle that will appear whenever you're close to the edge, or if you put that little thing as when you're support right there, it has like a little up arrow, and whenever you click on the L1, well, minus the L1 to zoom in, you will peek out. Pink hints, these are whenever your teammates pink, and the mount hint as well. I'll have that on as well. Okay, I feel like I've missed the HUD icons. So I'm gonna get to it again. The HUD icons. Pink hits. Enable pink hits in the world icon objectives, vehicles, and other relevant items. You want to have that on. Okay, the pink, the edit HUD icons. I really didn't mess with anything right here. Did I? I think I did. No, I didn't. I left everything like this. The objective icons. The scale, I dropped it down. I'm trying to make everything as visible as I can on the screen. That way I can see the enemy. So I already know where the objectives are in the maps. So I just lower that down to make it smaller icons. You know where it says A, B, or C, or D, or whatever. I can actually take it all off if I want to, but I'll still leave it a little bit there. And the friendly icons, I'm not trying to see where my teammates are at. So I brought that down. Vehicle icons, whenever I zoom in, I brought that down as well. Friendly revive icons, I brought that down. Friendly revive icons, I brought that down as well. And the squad icons, I brought it down as well, 62. 144. Now the enemy icons, I mean, that's what I'm trying to see the most, right? So I brought that up to 140. Neutral icons, I also brought that down. And everything else is just the same right there. And that's it for all the settings. Now let's get to the good part, the controller. Now I'm gonna be giving you only the controller settings. Everything else, if you want to see the ground vehicles, transport vehicles, aircraft, helicopters, and the gunner controls that I have mapped in a way that it works out for me, let me know in the comments and I'll make a video about it. But yeah, let's go with the settings. Let's go first with the control mapping. With the control settings, now this is my controller right here. Is the FlyDigi Apex 5. I have mappings in the back and right here as well in the front. My left side right here is going to be A. My right side is going to be B. Okay. So it's going to be A right here and B at the bottom. And I think I have this button right here to ping. Instead of this button right here, I have this one for ping. And I think I have this one to take out is to talk to chat, or I think it's the secondary gadget. That way it's easier to take out the RPG. I just press this button instead of pressing these buttons. That way my hands are always on the joysticks. Okay. Oh, and my shooting button is gonna be the L1, R1, and then this to throw the frag, and this is to take out the other gadget as well. So those are my controls right there. And here, I'll just show you the mappings that I have. See, I changed the ping to the right. Grenade, left trigger. Everything else is the same. Everything else is the same. My fire, of course, is going to be the right bumper. The zoom is going to be left bumper. Everything else is the same. Gadget 2, right trigger. And everything's going to be the same. Now, a lot of people with the sniping, they're using the rangefinder. Like instead of measuring the bullet drop off, and you know when you're aiming down at a enemy from so long that you have to aim up, a lot of people are using the rangefinder zeroing, and they're binding it with the. So when you press the steady scope, it's also going to use the rangefinder, and that way you can don't have to measure the bullet drop off, and it'll go straight to their head. And that's going to be all the settings for the mapping on controller. And these are going to be the control settings that I adjusted for the sensitivity, joystick, aim assist, input, and also dead zones as well. My sensitivity, I put it at 28. These are going to be preference right here, but this is after adjusting it for 5 times. This is going to be the number that I chose, 28. Field of view, 115. Vertical aim ratio, 47. Zoom sensitivity coefficient is 178. It should be already in your system, 178. So don't ever change that. Infantry aim assist, 100, 100, 100. Input curve, Battlefield 1, Battlefield 4. That was I left as standard. Stick input acceleration preset, Battlefield 1. Aim left and right acceleration is going to be 4. Infantry sprint, all of this is going to be the same right here. The vault over sprint, that's when you get close to an edge. If you have it on, it'll just leap over it. If you have it off, I think you have to press it twice to leap over it. I don't have no slide on it. I just have the double tap crouch for sprint slide. I have it off, and that way instead of me pressing the double crouch button, I just press it once whenever I'm running, and it'll just slide. And then if I keep it pressed, and if I'm running, it'll dolphin dive. So that's how I have it. And of course, my zoom, of course, I told you I have the left bumper. Infantry zoom sensitivity, 92. And I just leave everything the same right there. I didn't change any of this right here. On the other, of course, gyro gyro, I have it disabled. That's whenever you move your controller to the side or anything like that. Some people aim sometimes with their controller, and yeah, I have that off. Infantry flick look threshold, I have it at 83, and of course this I left it at 100. Now, if you have any questions about why I chose this, to leave in the comments, and I would help you out or show you why I chose that. Now, we're not done with the controller settings. If you go all the way to the bottom, you go to joystick. But what we're going to do is going to do the center dead zones. I have mine at 0. That way, as soon as I put an input on my controller, on my joysticks, they'll feel it right away. But if you have stick drift or anything like that, you might want to mess around with this until you have no stick drift. Because this game does not have rotational aim assist, and the axial dead zone is going to be 6. And of course, I have no stick drift, so I'm going to leave that at 0. Now, that's not going to be the end for the dead zones. There's actually more settings for the dead zones for each joystick. If you go to joystick and you go all the way down where it says other, it says control tuning. Controller vibration, of course, you want to have that off. Center dead zones on the controller left stick, you want to have that at 0. I need to change that. Axial dead zones 6. And the max input threshold, I want to have that at 75. So that way, whenever I move my joystick on the left side, I don't have to go all the way to the left or all the way to the right to get an input. I could just move it by a little bit, and it would already accept the input. Instead of being the circle all the way to the end of it, it's going to be smaller now. So whenever I move my joystick, the input will be taken earlier. And of course, for the right stick, it's going to be 0. Axial dead zone is going to be 6. And the max input threshold, I want to have that at 100, of course. Because if you have it at, well, I don't have to explain that to you. Okay, in the left trigger dead zone, you want to have that at 0. That way, if you're aiming down, as soon as you click on it, it will input it right away. And the right trigger dead zone, 0 as well, so you can feel it right away. And max input thresholds, it's going to be 100, 100. Should leave there like that. And that's going to be all the settings for the graphics, controller settings, accessibility, the colors. Everything's going to be for a better Battlefield 6 experience. Now, if you do want to see the ground vehicles, transport vehicles, aircraft, and helicopter mapping controls, that took me at least like a day to figure out to get it adjusted to the way that I want to play, just let me know down in the comments and I'll make a video about it. Of course, it took me like a day to figure it out, but for you, I mean, if you drop that comment, I'll drop it for you, and it wouldn't even take you a day to figure it out. Now, that's going to be it for the Battlefield 6 settings. If this helped you out in any form, leave a like, comment, or subscribe, as it will help out tremendously. Until the next, much love, bless up.